Hey guys, Christian here today, and I'm here to give you a guide for Druid PvP in patch 5.2. First, I'll be starting off with talents, and first in the column I have Displacer Beast, which is like a major blink and vanish because you'll send yourself like 20 yards forward and activates stealth, so that's really good. Next, I have Nature Swiftness. If you ever need an instant cyclone or instant heal, pop your heal, it's instant. And it's only on a 1 minute cooldown, so it's really good. Next I have Typhoon, which is really good for RBGs or arenas because it knocks people back and slows them for 6 seconds. So let's say if you're at Mill in a Wrathy Basin, you can maybe knock 2 or 3 people off, and it really gains you the edge in an RBG. Next I'm going to go over one of our biggest offensive cooldowns, which is Incarnation. For balance, it increases our damage done in Eclipse by 25%, which is very vital because the Force of Nature doesn't really do anything. Solar Force isn't very good because our single target damage isn't very great outside of Burst, so you really need Incarnation. Next, I have Ursul's Vortex, which is a huge, I don't know how to explain it, like tornado sort of thing that grips everybody back. It slows them, who's ever in it, and then once they get out of that range, it grips them right back in. So it's great for RBGs, and you can put that on the whole raid and put a solar beam on them, and the whole raid silence. And once they get out of it, they get gripped right back in, and they're silenced for another 3 seconds. So it's just great. And then the final talent I have is Nature's Vigil. This increases your damage done by 20% for 30 seconds, which is insane because that stacked on top of Incarnation with the PvP trinket, you are just throwing out damage like it's nothing, and you can literally wipe a whole raid by itself. Next, I'll be going over stat priority. You're going to want haste because the more haste you have, the more times your dots are going to tick, and the faster cast time your spells are going to be. So the faster you can cast your spells, the more damage you're going to be able to get out. Next, we're going over Mastery, because Mastery increases damage done by Eclipse by 28%. If you don't know what Eclipse is, every time your meter reaches 100, I'll show you. And like right about now, see Eclipse Solar, you're doing 43% increased nature damage, and your haste is increased by 15%. So you're gonna want to make sure you're in Eclipse at all times, not coasting around the 0 range, because if you're not in a certain Eclipse, you're not doing any extra damage. Next, we're gonna go over crit chance, because every time one of your dots ticks, you have a 30% chance of getting an instant Star Surge, and all you bouncers know that Star Surge is definitely your best attack. And the more instants you have, the more you can pump out insane damage in your burst, and you want to make sure that you're being able to get those instant procs, because that can really, if you switch, you can easily switch on an instant Star Surge, and it just decimates people. And finally, I want to go over with a few bursting techniques I have for you, which is, I'm sure many boomkins know, which is absolutely insane DPS. So first, if you can, don't worry about it, but get your Fairy Fire on, which is it's going to decrease your armor by 12%. And then you're going to want to have a macro to cast your PvP trinket on top of your Celestial Alignment, because with those together, you're doing insane damage. So this is what you're going to start out. I'll post it in the description. You're going to first Starfall, Incarnation, and Trinket, and Nature's Vigil, and Star Surge, and you can literally just spam your Moonfire because it does so much damage, and you can literally just keep spamming it. And your instant Star Surge is going to do insane damage.